Hello everyone and welcome back to RubberStamps.com. Today we are going to be creating a horoscope card using this brand new Gemini stamp set. This is perfect for someone in your life who loves astrology, and it's a great way to give a card for maybe not so special of an occasion but just a regular day when you feel like sharing a horoscope with someone, or if it is a special occasion, it just could be fun for your friend to receive their horoscope of the day using this stamp set. So let's get started. This is going to be a pretty simple one using just the stamp set and clear embossing ink along with gold sparkle embossing powder. So let's get started. The first thing that I'm going to do is lay out the design of the card so that I know I have the layout how I want it to be before doing anything else. This way you can move around the stamps, make sure it is up to your standards without actually inking or embossing anything. It's just a really good way to figure out what it is that you want for the card. Once you have the design figured out, you can take your extra large stamp block and actually just press that down onto the stamps to remove them from the paper and have them adhere to the stamp block. Then you're going to take your clear embossing powder, ink up the stamps, and press down firmly onto your paper, making sure that you have firm and even pressure. Next, you're going to sprinkle your gold embossing powder over the entire face of the card. The embossing powder is just going to stick to the wet parts where the ink was, and then you can shake that off onto an extra piece of paper so that you remove all of the excess embossing powder. Next, you're going to take the heat gun that you have and emboss the powder so that it sets onto the ink. So here are the results. You can see how shiny this ends up being when you're finished. I think it's super pretty. We are going to leave this top card as a bit more of a simple design because we're also going to be creating a pocket on the back of this and a secondary card where you can write the actual daily horoscope and slip that into the pocket as your horoscope of the day for your friend. So we're basically going to repeat the process for this secondary card. We're going to figure out what the layout is that we want. This one we're going to be also adding a border using this gold paint marker. So what you're going to do for that is take your ruler and just make sure you're having very straight lines all around the edge of the paper, and then you're going to add a secondary angle line and an inner line as well, so you can follow along as we do that step. Next, we will take this Gold Memories Mist spray and spray this over the card. We did use some extra scrap paper to cover up the borders so that the gold speckles are only in the center of the card. Make sure that you just pull your hand pretty far away from the card before you spray so that you can have smaller speckles across the card. The next step is to create the pocket on the back of the first card. So you're basically just going to cut a secondary piece of paper into a smaller size, glue it to the back of the card so that you have an area where you can slip the horoscope into the pocket. Next, we are going to stamp onto the card with the clear embossing ink, sprinkle the gold embossing powder over that, and emboss. So it's the same process we just did for the first card, so you can just follow along with this secondary card. And then the final step of this card is to look up the horoscope of the day and write that on the back of the card. We are going to be using the same gold paint pen so that everything matches across the board with all of the things that we have on the card. So just look up the daily horoscope for whatever day it is that you're going to be gifting this card and use that one. And then here is the final card. You can see that we have the pocket on the back where you can slip the horoscope card into it. And then we have the full card for the front. So I just think this makes a really beautiful set for someone that you would like to gift a horoscope to. Let us know in the comments below if you try making this card. I think this is actually a really easy card to make. You just need embossing powder and the stamp set really, and you can use whatever color paper you want, whatever color embossing powder you want, but it doesn't require a lot of extra steps. It's a really easy way to get something very beautiful for your friend who loves astrology. So thank you so much for watching. We hope to see you next time.